So to start off with, I would like to discuss on four agenda. Firstly, why smart citizen and the tourists. When we talk about smart citizen, we always have to touch base on tourists. Actually build the value add to a city in terms of the economy. Yeah. So next. Okay, these are why the fourth approach that I need to share, what makes a smart citizen and tourist, and the strategic approach. Next. Okay, and which are the benefits? What are the smart citizen approach and the benefits? Next. Okay, four things that we notice that what is lacking in most of the cities in Malaysia is the lack of communication between the government and the citizen, the socio-economic and the citizen on creation of jobs. How do we actually get the people, the citizen, to actually come on board where all information are centralized? This is very important to look into the management of the city center. So, and the last one would be the disintegrated transportation system in the city. We notice that a lot of time that we do not have a continuation or information that is centralized, giving us a push factor, yeah, that the citizen can really enjoy. What is key in all the smart cities is to have the citizen to be educated, because mainly they are the key elements to contribute to the data. Because as you know, but most of the presenter also mentioned the data is key component in a smart city, other than how do we get the citizen to contribute to this data. So citizen and tourists are very key element for the economy part of it. Next. This 6 of the items that we see in the terms of citizen engagement. How does the government get engaged to the citizen? How does this lifestyle change? Because when you talk about the theme, you talk about the citizen angle, you need to understand how do we get them to be involved in contributing the data and the issues they're facing. One of the things that we need to look at, and how do you define citizen key area of focus? So we need to have a platform for them to actually share their issues that they're having, their daily life, and how best they can contribute to this information. Yeah, and to understand the citizen needs and requirement is very key component to become a smart city. We need to actually do analysis on the quantitative and the qualitative on the insight of the daily engagement. And how do we actually, the fourth item, how do we actually prioritize the needs as much as possible to address the solution? Okay, and therefore we need to actually design a good solution to meet the citizen needs. How do we actually implement this? So all these 6 elements to me is very critical in order to address the smart city. Without the citizen and the tourist engagement from the very start, and if we don't provide a platform, therefore there will be a disengagement. So we do encourage, how do we actually get together and build a smart citizen and tourist? Next. Okay, the engagement platform, the data analytics, the mobility, these are basics foundation to have a smart city in order to have a smart citizen. Yeah. So this engagement, we talk about engagement platform, we are talking about where is the centralized area of a component where in the city, at the city area municipal council, where you can have a place, a storage place of data where they can contribute to this platform. So, and then we need to look into the data analytics of it. Where does this data coming? Of course, the citizen will be contributing. And how do we do predictive analytics on this data? How do we digest, on all these components in order to give a better result to the people? Because they are the key components in any smart city. Okay, we link back to the mobility. Are we engaging them? Are we allowing them to have all the platforms that is ready? Like the earlier presenter said from TM. TM has a very good, a complete application, that a very complete application end to end that addresses this. But how do we actually encourage, run campaign to allow the citizen to understand the usage of it and where do they contribute all this information? So these three components, the engagement platform, on the data analytics and also mobility should be sewn together to be the foundation of a smart citizen and a smart city. Next. Okay. When you look into the implementation strategy, you're looking at the communication. Do we have availability in the cities in terms of the fiber, in terms of the Wi-Fi, the inbuilt Wi-Fi buildings, and then therefore we need to look into the smart pole. How do we actually have this Wi-Fi internal building and connecting the citizen within the cities itself, ensuring that all citizens and tourists to stay connected when they step into the city environment. Okay, then you need to look into the big data analytics, the enabling component of the citizen and tourists to contribute, and how do they do planning and predictive analytics. These data are crucial. So we need to actually allow them to have a place where they can do email, survey, campaign, and hackathon to actually actively allowing the government to reach out to them, and in turn they will give information what they need to be part of the citizen, the feel of belonging to that particular area. And what's other thing that's important is the communication in terms of the transportation. What type of transportation are you enabling the citizen to have information before they start going to work or getting to the place that they need to have a meet? We need to give them the scheduling, the planning to get to those areas. And as much as possible, we try to do elimination of carbon, where we have to reduce transportation, as individual transport to the city. We need to enable the mass transport like LRT, MRT into the city, and providing them a good connectivity by having a good walkaway pavement and all in order to reach. So from there, we can see that the three elements, the telecommunication, which is the smart pole, the smart energy, and then to have a center, the platform where the big data analytic can happen, where all entrepreneurs can do a data exchange and contribution by all the individuals and also the SMEs and the corporate into here. And last but not least, the transportation within the city. How do we get there? Next. The integrated solution. As I mentioned earlier, all these are a connected environment where digital marketing for mobility, the centralized engagement, and also the data analytics have to be all in place in one central environment where it can be shared. Data to be shared by the people. When they contribute, they need to know what are they getting back into that contribution. These are where the marketing people can come in to do social media on how do you highlight on to advertise on this platform in order to have a data exchange environment, sharing of the information between the public, the government, the academician, and also the information gathered. Yeah, all this needs to be put together as in one. Next, please. Where we see this environment, we need to see how best we can transform into and engage and accelerate in a three format of engagement: the infrastructure and the experience towards digital economy, the engagement with the citizen, tourists, and the businesses surrounding it, and to accelerate the inside information that we can use. A big data has an accelerator to do the performance. People first approach. With the government, the KPKT as a government to take a look, how do we address the people and the citizen of the cities, and how the business can actually support and subsidize, I would say, joint sponsor in this format where all of us will be working together. The devices that we're looking at here are the Internet of Things, the Internet for the social media, the Internet of Data, and the Internet of Services. All this put together will get a good result in engagement into a smart city. Next. The three focus for smart city to embark on are the centralized engagement, where municipal council can actually have got a platform for all centralized reservation information for the tourists to get a great deals and data exchange on what are available in the market. And then with the data analytics platform, it can do the predictive and deep understanding of the trend and purchasing pattern of each of the tourists that comes by or the citizen that is utilizing the platform. Next is the digital marketing and mobility. Here, the omni-channel of the social excitement services needs to be engaged, and what is the best available that we have on the platform within the city. The hotels that are available, the accommodation and the food, the areas that they can eat and socialize within the city, area of interest and all should be also sent to push factor that they can see easily by the advertisement surrounding the cities. Next. Having said all this, to me, what is important is to have, because everyone we know, they have Android, they have smartphone with them. So it's key component that they have all this integrated and share. So therefore, our city needs to have all the communication integrated within one, and the citizen can come in and get the information right within their on the handphone, information within that, within the touch of the handphone. So readily available is very key component for them. Yeah. Next.
Azura, you can speed up sikit.
Okay. Well, I think I'm running out of time, right?
Yeah. You better
Okay,
speed
so
up.
sorry. So having said that, to me, all this information, all these three components that we need to put together will build a good smart city. Yeah. You can ask me anything that I've missed out or anything further that you need to know. Of course, I will share the slides to the participants as needed. Yeah. Thank you.